Jersey Devil Coaster is a Rocky Mountain construction single rail coaster located at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. It uses RMC's Raptor track and it opened in 2021. Jersey Devil stands 130 feet tall, has a 122-foot first drop, 3 inversions, 3,000 feet of track, and delivers a great ride experience. This is our full-length, in-depth review of the coaster and our comments on what you can expect when you go ride this coaster. Before we get started, please like and subscribe as it greatly helps the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Now, let's journey through the Pine Barrens to meet the Jersey Devil. Jersey Devil is located in the Pine Barrens section of Six Flags Great Adventure, and this section of the park looks so good. There is a sign for the section surrounded by tons of trees, and as you walk past that signage, you walk into a massive plaza that prominently features the coaster. This plaza looks amazing, as there is light Pine Barrens theming towards the left, and parts of the coaster's extended queue line to the right. As you approach the coaster, you see the massive ride logo and the incredible statue of the imp-like Jersey Devil. When there is no line, you walk under the entrance sign and towards the right. You then turn to the left and make your way to the ride station, which looks narrow, but that's for a good reason, because unlike traditional roller coaster stations, Jersey Devil's station lacks air gates. So when one of Jersey Devil's 4 12-passenger trains enters the station, you simply wait until the ride operators put up the restraints and allow you to board the train in your desired seat. And each of the front cars on Jersey Devil's trains has the Jersey Devil's face on it, which looks really cool. And as a single rail coaster at a world-class park like Six Flags Great Adventure, Jersey Devil lacks the same capacity as some of the park's other coasters like El Toro and Nitro. The park addresses this lack of capacity by using a moving train setup. The train does not stop in the station, so think Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure at Islands of Adventure, or pretty much most rides at Disney World. This constant motion helps alleviate the capacity issues at the park. Once you have picked your seat and secured your over-the-shoulder restraints, which have some good give to them, which makes them pretty comfortable, you move past the main part of the station into a pre-lift hill section. This pre-lift hill section of the station allows the ride operators to check any unsecured seats at the back of the train, if necessary, one last time before dispatching and allowing the train to climb the 130-foot tall lift hill. As you crest the top of the lift hill, you get a good view of the surrounding area before going down the 122-foot first drop sloped at an 87-degree angle. When sitting in the front rows, you get a slight pop of floater airtime as you go down the first drop, while in the back row, especially on a hot day or after a full day of the train running, you get whipped out of your seat. At the bottom of the first drop, you then climb into a dive loop, which has some good whip to it, especially while sitting in the back rows. You then climb into an airtime hill, which delivers some good floater airtime. Off of that airtime hill, you go through a trough before rising into a zero-G stall, which delivers some great hang time in the middle cars of the train. While you get some hang time in the back seats, you typically fly through this stall. Out of the stall, you bank to the left slightly to climb into a banking right-hand turnaround, which has some great forces, much like the hammerhead turnaround on Nitro. As you fly through the turnaround, you dive off of it, which delivers a good pop of ejector airtime in the back rows. Next, you whip through a tall zero-G roll, which kinks a little towards the end of it, but still delivers a little bit of hang time at its apex. You then pop into the mid-course brake run, which hardly, if ever, slows you down. Off the mid-course brake run, you make a decently forceful left-hand turnaround, lower than the other turnaround at the far end of the coaster, setting you up for the final return trip. You first go into a leftward banking airtime hill, passing under one of the ride supports, followed by a rightward banking airtime hill, and into a nice little speed hill before rising up into the final brakes. Jersey Devil has some great moments, but it does not deliver as much airtime as some of the other RMCs out there. It doesn't even deliver as much airtime as the two marquee coasters at the park. As a single rail coaster, Jersey Devil definitely feels more geared towards inversions with some airtime pops as opposed to airtime with some inversions. The ride experience is really good though, especially if you get a night ride. While there is some light from the station and queue, a night ride on Jersey Devil is incredible. Half the time you are just flying through the layout under support structures in relative darkness, which makes the dive loop and turnaround and hand choppers in the last third of the ride after the mid-course brake run all the more thrilling. And the zero G stall and roll past the station are so cool as the darkness makes the distance between the track and the ground feel slightly farther than the distance during the day. And aside from the ride experience, make sure you do not have any loose articles when you approach the ride. The ride operators at the entrance will make sure you have nothing in your pockets before you enter the queue. Every time they will ask if you have anything in your pockets, and they will make you remove it from your pockets if they see something that should not be allowed on the ride. So this often leads riders to purchase a locker or leave their articles with non-riders. So just be prepared for that when you ride this ride. Overall, Jersey Devil is a great roller coaster that delivers a ride experience with a little bit of everything. Pops of floater and ejector airtime, moments of hang time, and a couple of whippy transitions. There is no doubt that Jersey Devil is an RMC, but it lacks the same forces and power as some of the other RMC iBox coasters out there, which redo outdated and typically bad wooden roller coasters. Think Twisted Timbers and Wildcat's Revenge. Nonetheless, it delivers a different ride experience that you cannot find on other coasters at Six Flags Great Adventure. So for a final score, we give Jersey Devil an 8 out of 10. It is definitely a ride worth checking out because of its re-rideability and unique layout. So when you visit Six Flags Great Adventure, definitely go ride this great custom RMC Raptor model. It is one of the best coasters in the park and worth several rides. So let us know if you've ridden Jersey Devil, and if so, what do you think about it, especially as it continues to break in from its original opening date. And as always, stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content from Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.